Good morning, guys, and welcome back. It is blowing an absolute gale, but we're down, we're back at Tinnagraig. Look at this beauty. What an addition this is. From Mr. Bill Bonas, I hope I say his name right. It's rod holders. Mr. Buffton suggested I got myself one of these, and I'm glad I did. Look at that. No more messing about. That was easy walking down here then, with the two rods tucked up in the rod holder. So today, set up, floating line, Vision Still Maniac rods and reels. We've got the damsel wiggle, we've got a pink wiggle under the indicator, and we've got the good old trusty blue flash damsel on the Celestial intermediate, Celestial floater. We've got 7-pound fluorocarbon and 10-pound fluorocarbon on the intermediate. So I think, look at these, no worry about the rods falling out, your pride and joy. Look at the locks, absolutely perfect. So let's get that on the floor out the way. You have to wet these flies first to get them to sink. I don't think it'll take long before we get a fish. Hopefully these flies will sink pretty quick. Always try the margins to start off with. While you're getting some line out off the reel. Should be able to put a big cast out today. The wind is blowing through the channel. I say through the channel, through the valley. Me thinking I'm sea fishing again. So let's get these flies to sink. So we're going to work the water in pretty close to start with. There's one other angler up on the top lake. There's a fish just moved about 20 yards, 10 yards further back than where I am. So I might actually pull one a little bit further out, or further back, should we say. Around about by there. Just need those flies to sink. I can still see the pink wiggle up on the surface. It's like having two indicators out there at the moment. Come on, get under. It's a nice fish topped over there now. That's typical now. I've got the indicator set up and there's fish rising. I can see me jumping back to the van quick and get in. I'm travelling fairly light today. I'll probably get away with using this with a light leader, but I do like to use the avocado colour, just it's a little bit more stealthy. Oh, there we go, there's a fish straight away. Oh, and he's off. I think that was on the olive wiggle, I think. Let's get him back out there. Don't think it's going to take long for this one to go under again. The eye's lined up. It was a good start. Second cast. The fish swirling there. Definitely going to give the dry flies a go today, I think. Definitely have to give those a go. So I'm not retrieving the line, guys, or nothing. As I've always said, there's fish rising again. As I've always said about these Celestial lines, I do not stretch my lines in no shape or form. My rods go up on the shelving in the attic. I keep all my rods complete and everything. I go fishing, come home, rods go in the garage up in the shelving, and that is how the lines stay every time, straight as a die. So those flies should have sunk there now, so I'm going to... Two nice pulls. To say, I'm only fishing in close to start with. If we don't get much interest, well, I say much interest, we've just had a bite on the second cast, but if the bites do dry out, I will go searching with the damsel. But that fish looked as though he'd taken the damsel wiggle, so that's roughly about 4.5 feet down. So bit of observation there, the fish are around 4.5 feet down, or deeper. Obviously the fish are always looking up. Sometimes it's just the initial plop of a fly is what causes the fish to come and have a look. It's not too cold today, we are in the shade as well. Next cast I will try in front of me, so you just work your way around the lake. Don't be afraid to fish these flies all the way in close. There's a few sharp pulls there. If there's anything following that, I'm expecting that indicator to go pretty quick. Or count the indicator down. Generally I give about 20-25 seconds to let everything settle. If there's any fish around, you should have it pretty quick. If not, a couple more quick pulls. I do know there's a bank of weeding reasonably close, so I'll put this one out in front. I don't think that's going to take long to disappear. On the drop, I think something will hit those now. There we go. What did I say? On the drop. Yeah, he's taking the olive on the drop. The reasoning behind using the olive and the pink is if they see the pink dropping through the water, they might actually not want the pink, but then see the olive falling as well and turn on the olive, which I think this is what's happened. So it's a good start of the day. Nice stocky by the look of it. Looks a fish of around £3 maybe. Ah, and he's off. Maybe a bit too much pressure, but never mind. That's 2 fish on camera for you guys. Nice long line out again. See if we can do it again. So let's see, I'm counting those flies down now. I'm keeping an eye on that indicator, because as I said, there we go again, straight away. Oh, that olive is deadly. I think it nailed the olive again. The olive wiggle. All on the drop. Must be a shoal of fish out there. No, he's taking the pink this time. Yeah, pink this time. So exactly as I said, hopefully, if the fish don't want the big bad, the ugly pink, they'll go for the olive. As I've said in many of my videos, guys, you will catch a lot of fish on these flies, but you will also lose a lot of fish on these flies as well, because they will suck at the tail, etc. This one looks pretty well hooked in the nose, so let's get him in. So guys, I think I got smashed up by 2 fish then. Just brought that 1 fish in. It was around 2.5–3 pound, and my olive dropper has gone. So I'm thinking 2 fish hit that fly at once. So with these fish hitting the fly on the drop, I'm only going to go around 3.5–4 foot, but I'm going to switch back to the full in mill drop back bung. Just with 1 fly, I'm going to the smaller one this time. Let's just see where that's sinking there now, how it's going to sit in the water, if it will turn and, as they say, cock the indicator, or if it'll sit flat, which I'm either on the bottom or it's not enough fly to cock the float. But either way, if there's not enough fly to cock the float, this fly should poke itself straight up in the air straight away. If I get a fish now on the drop, that indicator should just go up straight away. So let's see. There we go, that indicator buried away then. Just literally all went underneath. No lifts, nothing, just totally all locked up. On a pink wiggle. I had to bring that in actually closer as well, so I could see it. He is nice little stocky. Trying his hardest to come into the bank. Get out. Trying his hardest to go through the weed as well. Come on, up we come. Wallop this one you have. Nice fresh fish. And he's in. Wallop the fly down him. Let's get him unhooked, knock him on the head. Let's get back out there. So it's getting a little awkward now using the indicator. So I've just flicked it in close. I'm just bringing up some line. The wind and the rain's picked up. So I'm going to try and fish this in as close as I can. There's always fish along the margins here, so not overly bothered, not putting a long line out. The water is pretty deep on this bank. The way the wind is blowing is that way, so ideally it should be over there, but I'm going to put the blue flash on in a minute, and then I'm going to get this rod set up with the dry fly, try and pull a few fish off the top in horrendous conditions. Right, so we got a yellow owl on. We've degreased our fluorocarbon. We've got CBC, Celtic Bob Company, 5.5 pound fluorocarbon. Got the yellow owl, and we've got a tiny little gasket buzzer, about 1.5 foot underneath that. So with a bit of luck, if the fish don't want to come up and take the dry, oh, there's one right behind my fly now. Maybe if I skate it a little bit, tease him up. Maybe get one off the surface today. That'd be nice. End of November and still taking fish off the surface. That was class. Seen a fish come up there then. Actually take a fly that was hovering on the surface. So I've cast out to him, dragged the fly like we like to do, dragged the fly along the surface, and he smashed the buzzer, the gasket buzzer. So, class, absolute class take that was. There's more fish out there feeding as well, so hopefully get this one in quick. The only downfall fish in this method, you will get the older fish. Sometimes in certain ponds the older fish can be the smaller ones, but Garth Griffiths is going to have a freezer full of fish whether he likes it or not, or I'll give them back to the owners and they can distribute them around the village like they do. Sometimes these seasoned fish can actually fight better than the big fresh stockies. So yeah, absolutely buzzing with that take. The next one I'll try and get on the camera for us. But he absolutely annihilated it. Right in the top lip. Get in. There you go. Lovely fish. Right, let's get him dispatched and let's get back out there again. Here's a quick look at the rod holder in action. Just sits in, clips into the foam, lock the rod in, unlock the next rod, pop out, and away to go. Try one more out that way. 2 pulls to let the line straighten itself out and be in contact with the fly. There's a pull. Oh, there's a fish on a pull then, on a drop. Oh, and off. That was a quick bite. And again. There they are. Oh, it's stuck on a weed. Come on, out you come. It's on a buzzer, so it'll probably be an old fish, I will. Just on the edge of the weed. On the old gasket buzzer, go on the edge of the weed. Oh, I gotta watch it. Come on. So, just had a fish there on the end of the weed. Fishing New Zealand style again. Fish took the buzzer, the gasket buzzer. There's a bank of weed there, so I'm just slow figure of 8. The wind is going away from me, so I'm just bringing this fly up the ripple. I can just about see the shadow of the weed bed, so I'm not going to bring it all the way to the weed bed, which is roughly there. I'm going to leave the buzzer sink just on the edge of the weed. There's nothing there that time, so I'm going to lift off. Just try and get the flight to dry a bit. Don't need to be far out. Around about there. Might need to put some more float on the fly. Could just about see the yellow owl. That was another fish missed. Try a long one all the way out there. And this time I will keep a steady figure of 8. I cannot see the fly, but I know the dry fly will be skating along the surface somewhere. The gasket buzz will be subsurface, so any fish that are patrolling subsurface will definitely see that fly, definitely see the gasket buzzer. Come straight up and nail it off the top. Oh, there's a fish straight off the top. Nailed the buzzer. There you go. Perfect example. It's a good fish, that is. So that's a perfect example there, skating the yellow owl along the surface with a gasket buzzer in tow, and he's come up there. Not quite sure what he's taken, but he's come behind there, sipped the fly, taking it off the surface. Gotta watch the bank of weed now that he don't go in there. I think he's taken the yellow owl, I think, off the surface. This is where it gets awkward. Now I got all my line in front of me. Yeah, it looks like he's had the owl. The owl skated along the surface. There we go. There he is. Yeah, he's taking the owl off the surface. So hopefully you can see that. It's a cracking fish. So look. Nice fat one. Let's get him dispatched. Let's get back out there for one more and then we're out here. So that is it for me, guys. Battery's nearly gone on the GoPro. It's been a quick, short session at Tinnagrike. Got a couple of fish to take home. So weather's been absolutely disgusting everywhere, guys. So thanks again for watching. It is a sharp, short one today. Hope you're all getting out at some point in the week. Catch you all in the next one, guys. Thank you.